Hi, this is Bruce Kilmer with Coldwell Banker, River Valley Realty, in beautiful downtown Onalaska, Wisconsin. And today we're going to talk a little bit about buying or selling single-family residences. Now, before I begin, I'm just going to add that buying or selling a home should be fun. And I know in talking with many people over the years, it turns out to be a stressful experience. But with a little extra work, you can make it a fun time. If you're buying a home, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, you should be really excited, and it shouldn't be stressful. And if you're selling, it should also be a happy experience because you're either transitioning into a newer, bigger, better home, or you're downsizing. So I'm just going to hit some of the high points here for both buying and selling, and hopefully these tips will make it a more of a pleasant experience for you. We're going to start with the buying side today. There's a couple things you can do when you begin your process, and the very first thing you should do is you should establish what your price range is going to be, and then go to a lender that you're comfortable working with and get a pre-approval letter for that dollar amount. Very, very important, especially in today's competitive market. I've seen it many times where it boils down to where you will either get or not get the house of your dreams by having that pre-approval letter in hand and being able to submit it with your offer to purchase. So very, very important to have that pre-approval letter right in your hand before you start looking. Second thing is agency. We'll talk just briefly here about agency. There's two different kinds of agency. If you look at a home, there will be a listing broker, and that broker is working for the seller as their agent. Now, if you can certainly work through that agent, they can write an offer for you, but typically that will be written and drafted as a seller's agent. If you wish to have a realtor working for you on your behalf, you would need to go find a different realtor and have a buyer's agency agreement drafted up. So we've talked about pre-approval letters, we've talked about agency. Now you're getting ready to begin your search. So realtors, if you're working with a realtor, and I always recommend that you do, because they have access to more tools than what you can have on Zillow or Realtor.com or any of those websites. Realtors have access to more information, more up-to-date information than any of those other sites. And I can say without hesitation, many of those sites, accuracy is not their main goal. Their main goal is just to post ads. So find a realtor that's experienced in the area that you're looking for and you're comfortable working with, because they can go into the MLS system and provide you with detailed data sheets that'll have, the condition reports, lead-based paint addendums if that apply, survey maps, all kinds of things that you won't find on third-party sites. So we're in this phase 3, and you're searching for a home. You found a realtor. They're sending you information, and now you're getting ready to make appointments and physically get out and see homes. When you find a home that you like, the agent can write the offer for you, and some things to consider when you generate your offer. Most likely you will need to have a financing contingency in your offer, and that gets back to your pre-approval letter. And another thing we always recommend is to ask for a home inspection. Most people, we're not carpenters, plumbers, or electricians, concrete or HVAC people, and it's nice to have somebody, a qualified third party look at that property for you, evaluate it, because face it, when you look at something and you want to buy it, sometimes you don't always see things that a third party would see. You can choose a home inspector. You can go online and find different ones rated higher or lower than the others, but find one that's trustworthy, returns phone calls, and meet your needs. So we've got your pre-approval letter. We found the agent. We've landed on a house. We wrote the offer. Now, if everything lines up correctly for us, we'll get an offer accepted, and we begin the inspection process and moving towards closing. So things happen pretty fast generally from here. You will have your home inspection generally is one of the first things that you will do in the process. So if there's an issue, you have time to work it out with the sellers. Everything has to be in writing, of course. If the home inspection shows some defects that you want repaired or fixed or remedied, you will put those in an amendment to the offer to purchase, sign it and send it off to the seller to see if they're in agreement. And oftentimes there's some negotiation, a give and take in that process, and hopefully everything works okay. Next, if you get past that part of the process, next will be the appraisal, and the lender has a group of people or appraisers that they work with, and they'll hire that person to go out and do an evaluation of the property and make sure that the value is in the property. So we've got those two things done. Let's say everything checks out, and now we're in the home stretch. Now we're getting right down. We're going to close, and you will be going to a title company most likely, or an attorney's office. Before I forget, I wanted to add, if you would like to have your closing documents reviewed by an attorney, it's always a good idea to do that. I work with this paperwork every day. I'm used to seeing it, but most consumers are not, and it's always good to have another set of eyes on your paperwork, closing documents, everything. Once you have your title insurance, have somebody look that over and make sure there's not something in there that you should be on the lookout for. So we're going to close on your home. You're going to get the keys. You did it. You made the grade, and hopefully this information was helpful in getting to the finish line. Once again, today's market very, very challenging. Inventory is short, and timing of everything is very, very critical. Very important to have that pre-approval letter and everything all good to go before you begin your process. Cheers and be well.